Thank you all for allowing us to provide testimony on this set of House bills today. The sponsors of the package, myself, Rep. Kesto, Farrington, Guerra, Liberati, and Hammoud, think it's very important that we work on helping our seniors and our elders and look at some of the language that we're going to address here today. Some of the stakeholders who have worked with us in developing the legislation is the Michigan Protection and Advocacy Services, Prosecuting Attorneys Association of Michigan, Elder Law of Michigan, State Bar Association of Michigan, and we'll also hear testimony today from the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office. Members of the legislature in both chambers have been working on this issue for many years, and we're excited at the opportunity of moving this legislation forward. The bill package is a six-bill bipartisan package, and today we're taking up 4 of them. Our goal is to protect Michigan seniors from physical, financial, and psychological harm. We are working to give prosecutors the tools they need to crack down on those who abuse elder adults. We're working on attempting to put in place a bright line age and define an elder adult as an individual who is 65 years of age or older. It ensures that all individuals who have achieved 65 years of age are protected, regardless of whether or not they fall under the legislative definition of vulnerable. My bill, House Bill 5032, would amend Chapter 20A of vulnerable adults in the Michigan Penal Code. In Chapter 20A, a vulnerable adult means someone 18 or older who, because of age, developmental disability, mental illness, or physical disability, requires supervision or personal care or lacks the personal or social skills to live independently. Under current law, vulnerable adults can be elderly, but not all elderly adults are considered vulnerable. My bill, along with Rep. Farrington's bill, would define elder adult as a person who is 65 years of age or older. Criminal penalties for fraudulently obtaining or attempting to obtain an elder adult's money or property is key to this. The bill creates a rebuttable presumption of financial exploitation of any transaction of $10,000 or more by an elder adult to a non-relative whom the elder adult has known for fewer than 2 years. This is modeled after Florida legislation. We've worked with several of the organizations, including the Prosecuting Attorneys Association of Michigan, and they are working with us on an H1 sub that we'll talk about today but introduce next week. The language flags a transaction, but it still has to be proven in court. The rebuttable presumption, an assumption made by the court, one that is taken to be true unless someone comes forward to contest it and prove otherwise. For example, a defendant in a criminal case is presumed innocent until proven guilty. In this case, a transaction of $10,000 or more from an elder adult to someone he or she has known for less than 2 years is presumed to be an abuse of power trust unless proven to be a successful rebuttal or through a successful rebuttal. Some concerns regarding age discrimination. There's a pushback that we've had on the elder adult definition from some of the elder rights advocates and social workers in the community. Concerns that it will lead to age discrimination and actually this is actually an added protection for elder adults. In our research in putting this bill package together, we looked out to several different organizations, and one of the most prominent that just came up in February of 2018 is from FINRA. FINRA is the not-for-profit organization that provides best practices and monitors investment advisors and securities brokers across the country. In February 2018, FINRA put into place a best practice that when dealing with someone over 65 in an investment transaction, there must also now be a secondary contact, so that if there is a financial transaction at a certain dollar amount, the secondary individual who's been put on as a person of trust to the senior also has to be notified of the transaction. So even in the industry of financial transaction, this is becoming a best practice. And in this aspect, we're just codifying that, putting a bright yellow line in place to protect seniors. Do you want to go in yours?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. My bill amends the sentencing guidelines regarding embezzlement from a vulnerable adult to simply include elder adult along with vulnerable adult. Since Rep. Green's bill addresses the definition of elder abuse or elder adult, we wanted to make sure that we fix the sentencing guidelines as well.